Hi there, this is Murali Sundaram, your happiness coach, and a warm welcome to the Pep Talks, Prosperity, Energy and Peace Talks with each and one of you here. Now, let me thank each and one of you for watching this video here, watching this particular program, and I sincerely thank for investing your next 30 minutes with me here. Now, my name is Murali Sundaram. Many of you know me, and I'm popularly known as the happiness coach, author of many books. And today in this particular session, my goal is to share with you something very, very important, because one person asked me a very interesting question that too many thoughts running in my head. I don't know how to handle this mental clutter. So today I'm going to share with you 2 techniques of how you can calm your mind, thereby you can become more productive and peaceful. So are you all ready with me? Good. And if you're going to stay with me till the end of the session, I'm going to give you a surprise gift at the end of the session also. So are you all ready for the session? I'm going to wait for another 10 seconds for people to join me. And if you have any comments, you can actually post. And in this session, I'm also going to take in a lot of question and answer from you. And if you have any specific questions, you can ask the question and I can also put it on the screen for you. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know in the beginning so that I will set the whole tone with respect to your question. Okay, so let's begin the session. I have lots of viewers right now watching this live feed. Thank you very much for joining. And today morning I posted this particular Facebook that I'm going to do this pep talks, and if you have any one question at the top of your mind, you can ask me that question. Okay, immediately one friend called me and he said that, Murali, there's too much of thoughts running in my head, and when I'm talking to someone also, suddenly my mind is going out for an excursion. Suddenly I've gone zoned out of the whole situation because I'm suddenly gone into the whole thinking mode. Past incidents has come into my head, and because of that I feel a little upset and tensed. I don't know what to do. How do I handle this mind clutter? Too much of noise in my head. So how can I calm my head? That's what he asked me. And so let me begin this Facebook Live with that particular question today. So in this question, I'm going to answer by 2 techniques which I sincerely practice. And at the end of the session, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. So what I answered for him is, see, the mind is like a survival tool. So mind is something which is going to keep on oscillating from your past to the future. So that's a standard. Nothing we can do on that. So that's how the mind monkey is going to function for us. So what can you do when the mind goes for an excursion? So in this session, I'm going to share with you even a visual breathing meditation exercise of how you can calm your mind and bring your mind to the present condition. And also I'm going to share with you one thing which I am doing regularly in my life. Every year I do this just to calm my mind. Okay, just to not only to calm my mind, to also reduce all the mental filters I've created. Too much of garbage I carry as I progress in my life. Too much of thoughts and belief system, with knowing you or unknowing you, enter into you. So I had to clean up my system. So that's the reason one thing I always do is every year I end up in going for an Himalaya trekking. Because when I go over there, Himalaya helps me to heal my whole body, mind and spirit. So that's one thing which I always do. Okay. Would you guys like to see one video of Himalayas which I just did last year? So let me quickly show you one particular place which I love, because this is an amazing lake in Himalayas called Hemkund. And taking a dip in this lake is my whole objective, because when I take a dip in this lake, my whole body, mind and spirit gets completely cleaned and I am fresh to face the new year ahead. So, and every time I do this, I have seen my life completely transforming. My mind becomes very pure and serene. So can I show you a video of that short video? Okay, not the whole video. Okay. Lake formed from. Now this is what you see on the screen is a place called Hemkund in Himalayas, which is more 14,000 feet high. Hi there, this is Murali Sundaram, your happiness coach. I am extremely blissful to be here in this spot. This is the place called Hemkund Lake, which is 14,000 feet high in the world, in the Himalayas, which is the most pristine, pure lake formed from 7 glacier peaks. I'm not going to play the whole video for you. It's available on YouTube. Have a look at it. Okay. But the most important part is, taking a dip in this lake can change the whole life. And that happened when I did it. So that one calming technique, going to the Himalayas every year and calming myself. Okay. That is one technique which I have sincerely practiced. I know some of you can do it. Some of you may not be possible to go to Himalayas every single year. So if you guys are really interested, you can always join me anytime, whenever. I go every year. This year I've scheduled from August 4th to August 12th. So if you guys need more information, you can ask me later. Now, what is another technique that's very, very important, which is very simple and easy? Whenever your mind goes out for an excursion, either to the past or to the future or to the fantasy, let me quickly share with you one visual breathing exercise. Okay, are you all ready to breathe along with me? Are you sure? Because I have lots of people putting thumbs up for this session. So if you guys are ready, I can show you one visual breathing activity right now on the screen, and you have to breathe along what you see on the screen. So I'm going to put a video on the screen for you. And in this video, you will see a ball going up and down. So when the ball is going up, you have to breathe in along with the ball. And when the ball goes down, you have to just breathe out along the ball. So 1 minute of exercise. Are you all ready to just calm your mind right now wherever you are? So if you're driving, just stop and focus on this breathing activity. If you're just relaxed, just follow this breathing exercise. Are you ready? Here we go. This is called the visual breathing exercise. And as the ball is going up, slowly breathe in along with the ball as the ball rises up. And as the ball goes down, breathe out along with the ball. Let's do 5 more breathings. Okay, just focus on the screen and practice this breathing. Breathe in as the ball going up. And breathe out. And breathe in as the ball going up. Keep your eyes open because you're seeing and doing. Close your mouth. Breathe in as the ball going up. So are you with me on the practice? So were you able to do the practice? Okay, just 1 minute of complete relaxation by just focusing on the ball going up and going down. So this video will also be posted back in the Facebook after the live video. You can also look back into this video and practice this. The same video is also available as a visual breathing meditation in my YouTube channel. So you can just go ahead and practice this, download it and practice it also. So these are the 2 simple techniques that each one of us can practice very quickly. One is an Himalaya. Whoever is possible, you can join me for the Himalaya. And the rest of you guys, whoever is ready, whoever is not ready for Himalayas, you can always practice this simple visual breathing exercise. Okay, so if you guys have any question, okay, any burning question, what is your #1 top of the mind question? Okay, either it can be with respect to peace or energy and prosperity. You can shoot the question and I can answer your question on this video live. Okay, you have any question? Who is going to ask me the first question? Let me see. Any questions? Okay. Now, one of my friend even asked me in the morning, okay, Anand Sethi, who asked a very interesting question. There's a big burning problem in the country. 80% of the youths are unemployable right now. Okay, what can we do about them? That's one good question someone asked me. Okay, so let's address that particular question because that's one common question we are all facing everywhere. Because when I travel across, I see that there are enough jobs available in the world, but only problem is we don't have employable students. The problem is only the employability, nothing, not beyond that. Because the current curriculum is more towards mugging up and focused always towards the marks, and that's also one reason why the employability skills, particularly we're talking about the employability skills, which is not up to the mark. Though I would like to hire someone, but when I looked into all the other soft skills of this person, I am unable to hire this person. So that is something. Sharanya has asked a question. I'll talk about the Sharanya quickly. So 1 minute, let me view all the questions here. Okay, so I have lots of questions. So Anand Sethi's question. What I answer right now is Anand Sethi's question, and that's what we are seeing here. What is the number one challenge? 80% of the college graduates are unemployable. So what is that we can do? That's a question that I have Anand Sethi has asked. So I'm going to start from there. Absolutely, the problem is the current education system, and I don't want to go into that because it's a very big elephant to handle. But I think it is the responsibility of the students to upskill themselves, because currently almost every company wants a ready-made employee. They don't want to invest too much of their time, money and energy in developing your employability skills. So my request to each and every student watching this video is more than the academics. Okay, yes, academics are important, your marks are important. You also need to focus more on your softer skills. Okay, time management, decision making, positive thinking, teamwork, communication skills, interpersonal relationship skills. These are very important. I would request each and one of you to focus on building these elements before getting into the job. Okay, so let me take the next question. Whoever has asked me, I get distracted. Okay, the next question is, I get distracted by people around me who want me to do things for them. Thank you, Chitra, for asking that brilliant question. This is not your problem. This is many people's problem. And the only way you can handle such problem is only when, you decide your priorities very clearly. You should know what exactly you want in your life. When you know exactly what you want in your life, you will start owning your priorities. If not, others will start using you for their priorities. Okay, so that is the most important thing that we have to look into if you don't want to get distracted. So be very clear on what you want and focus on that. Let's go to the next question. Sharanya has asked the question, please give me best tip for productivity. Okay, that's a very interesting question. Productivity. Now, very simply put, this is a human machine, and human machine cannot function non-stop, and the biggest commodity we trade to become more productive is our attention. Okay, and wherever the energy flows, our attention goes over there. Most of the time the productivity decreases in our life is because we are unable to stay focused, we are unable to pay attention, we are unable to push energy to whatever we are doing. So now 2 tips let me give you. One, continuously every 1 hour, invest 1 to 2 minutes on pumping more energy to this machine. So it means every 1 hour, 1 to 2 minutes, start doing some breathing exercise. Okay, or that's one thing. So even just a few minutes before I gave an visual breathing meditation where we could practice. So just take some deep breaths, push some oxygen to the whole body. Thereby the next 58 minutes is under your control. Number 2, do not work more than 90 minutes at a stretch. Every 90 minutes, take a 10-minute break. In the 10-minute break, practice breathing or just stand up, stretch yourself, drink some water, play some music, just go around for a walk so that you will have a little bit of fresh air and fresh thoughts in your head. So 2 tips. 1 for productivity is 1, increase your energy by breathing every 1 hour, 1 to 2 minutes. And number 2, every 90 minutes, take a 10 to 15 minute break. So do not work non-stop. It's 90 minutes, 15-minute break. 90 minutes, 15-minute break. I hope that answered your question, Chitra. Madana Gopal has asked a very interesting question. Okay, what's the question? How to start my public speaking? The only way to start your public speaking is by speaking. There is no other rocket science to become a very good speaker, and every great speaker in the world was once a disaster, including me. When I went first for a public speaking, I took the mic and I said good morning, and after that the whole went completely blank. So if you want to be a good speaker, whenever there is an opportunity, speak. Non-stop speaking. Right now, Facebook is an amazing place where you can speak. Just click the camera on Facebook Live and start speaking, Madan. So thereby, you will fine-tune your speaking skills. Okay. So let me see who else has a very interesting question. Okay. Any other questions popping up? So till the time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madan, for the reply. Thank you. Thank you, reply. Okay, so anyone else has any other question? I have 13 minutes more to complete this session. If you guys have any question, please do. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sharanya. Okay, thank you, Sharanya. Hope you practice this productivity tip. That will be really, really helpful for you. So, in the meanwhile, people who have just joined now and you're watching, if you have any burning question at the top of your head, you can choose the question. I will give you the visibility also on the screen by putting your name on the front screen. Okay, so thereby you get an extra visibility. Thank you. Thanks, Chitra. And I really looking out for your Facebook Live videos. I know that you are an amazing mentor for women entrepreneurs. People who are watching, follow this lady, Chitra Raghulan, who's a very good friend of mine. She teaches amazing, amazing coaching sessions for women entrepreneurs. Go and talk to her for 10 minutes. You will not forget her for the rest of your life. So here we have the next question. How to say no by Senthil. You know, I have one of my article written in my website www.happinesscoach.co.in where I have shared some 7 different ways of how to say no. See, very, very simple. First, you start. The only way that you are not saying no is you want to say yes and you want to please someone. That is the biggest disease we all have. The disease to please everyone. And the number one skill that you and me or everyone in the country or everyone in the world should learn is how to say no in our life. And that is possible only when you start saying no. And you have to stay upfront, say no. Or you can always tell anyone. Whenever someone asks me for an important decision to make, I know that it's an important decision to make. If I already have made my decision also, I will always say, is it okay that if I think back, I reflect on what you said and I will get back to you in 10 minutes time or I will get back to you in 30 minutes time. Now, by that time, you've also given that person a time frame to think and reflect back what he asked for. And he's also eagerly waiting for your answer. And you are also not immediately out of sheer tension or reactivity to say yes and get stuck into the whole work. So you can always say no straight away. You can say, no, I can't right now in my life. Sorry, sir, I can't do it. I'm very busy. My time is, I have committed to various other projects. Okay. Or you can always say, that's a very good suggestion you have given me. Can you give me half an hour's time? I will think and get back to you. When you say this, people actually respect you also, Sindhu. So I hope that answers. For more ways of how to say no, please go back to my website. I will put my website ID at the end of this session. Maybe you can find 7 different ways of saying no. And the next 3 days, I'm in Coimbatore for a director's training for BNI. And in that, there is a 90-minute session. I'm going to talk about how to enhance your productivity. 7 super habits of highly successful leaders, and one particular habit of successful leaders is how to say no. So I'm going to talk a lot about it, and if you are a support director in BNI and you are attending Coimbatore session, I will see you there and you will learn more about that. Okay, good. Anyone, any other questions? I'm just waiting for any other questions. We have who else? Okay, good. So always learn to say no. That's a very good question we have discussed today. We have discussed a lot about productivity tips. We discussed something about how to push our energies in our life, breathe more, and I've also shared with you something about the Himalaya trip. Okay, so I have a very interesting question by Ganeshan, a famous wealth coach. How to plan so many things at a time and be in a peace of mind as well. Very, very brilliant question, Ganeshan. Thank you very much for asking this question. See, when you are planning, just plan. The reason why our mind gets distracted and peace of mind goes for a toss when you are planning is, when we are planning an activity, we are allowing the mind to go for a mental excursion on that activity. So when you are planning, tell yourself that right now for the next 15 minutes, I am going to only plan. So when you have given that box in your mind, the mind will not go outside. So When you are planning, invest that whole 10 minutes, 15 minutes only for planning. Thereby, your mind will not go out. That's number one. Number two, successful business leaders, they do not plan too many things. They always focus on what are the top 3 priorities for today. What are the top 3, actually they say, income producing activities for the day. They also look at what are the income reducing activities in their life and they actually remove it. Not only they have a to-do list, they also plan for a to-don't list also. So thereby they don't get distracted and the peace of mind gets robbed by many of the time stealer activities. Do you know there are lots of time stealer activities in life, but continuously checking the WhatsApp, continuously checking the email and responding to every messages. So these are some of the time stealers we have, and today all of us are getting continuously distracted by these time stealers. Okay, so do not plan too much. Plan 3 items per day, and at the end of it, please ensure you have completed the top 3. Hope Ganeshan that answered your question. Okay, any other questions? We will wait for some more questions. And another activity, because a lot of questions today are focusing towards productivity, very interesting. I don't know whether it is because I have a productivity topic to discuss tomorrow in Coimbatore, or is it because everyone are thinking about being productive in the month of April so that the whole year they can become more productive and make lots of money. So that's a good discussion topics today, a lot of productivity questions coming. And mind and productivity are directly proportional because your ability to stay focused determines your productivity quotient. So that's the reason always focus upon being more focus more. Okay, very important is focus. That's the reason successful leaders always say that FQ is higher than IQ. That means focus quotient is higher than intelligent quotient. So I have another question by Rahul Hirani. How do you be confident while doing public speaking? The only question is, the only question, I just answered the public speaking. The only way you can become confident in during public speaking is, this is the secret, okay? Every public speaker, every great speaker has a tension below. There's a butterfly in the stomach, okay? But they have learned how to handle that particular butterfly in their stomach, and they have learned how to handle their fear and position themselves as a confident speaker. That comes by experience, that comes by practice. And before you start practicing, start presenting, take few deep breaths and calm yourself. Okay, tell yourself mentally that I'm going to speak effectively. And the best part, Rahul, when you are making a public presentation, whoever is your audience front of you, they actually want you to speak well. No audience want to see a flop movie. No audience who have decided to listen to you want you to speak badly. So in their mind, they want you to speak confidently. In their mind, they want you to speak successfully. So thereby there is no tension. No one is judging you. No one is assuming you in the front. Okay? You just take few deep breaths, get in your confidence level. But the whole confidence in your presenting comes only when you have a prepared speech. It means every great speaker in the world has prepared. So only with a prepared speech it's possible for you to be more confident in your public speaking. Okay, so let me take the next question. How did the video pop up? I'm not going to tell you that, Raj. Okay, now let's go to Jay Vasanta's question. When you have too many people working for you, how do you follow up and ensure deadlines are met? Shortly, how to create leadership with self-ownership and initiative? Okay, that's a big question to answer, but let me try to answer to you very quickly. Now, how do you ensure people to take ownership in your team? Okay, so the ownership in the team comes because of two things. One, the culture of your organization. What is your culture that you have set? Is there a culture of accountability, culture of learning, culture of sharing? Okay, so that's one thing that you have to focus upon. That's building culture. The second one is, are people very clear on the vision of the organization? Okay, are they very clear what is the vision of the team? Number 3, is the expectation very clearly set? Is the leader knows exactly what's your expectation, and the team also knows what exactly the leader expects from me and what am I supposed to do? So it's all about very clear expectation, having a very clear vision, and setting a right culture will help you to create more leaders who are self-driven and they own the project. and they own the vision. So it's a culture of owning, culture of accountability, culture of responsibility, and that is possible only when you have a very clear vision, and that vision is articulated and communicated to every team member. Everyone knows what exactly that my team and my company wants and what's my role in that, in achieving that. Thereby it's possible for you to create. It's a very big topic, Jai Vasantan, and I've just quickly gave you the outline. Maybe whenever we meet up, we will discuss more about this. Okay. And the next question, okay, let me answer. Raj Misa has asked me, how did the video pop up in during? That's an advanced software available to do Facebook Live. We will chat offline because I don't want to share here, because then everyone will start experimenting it without understanding it. There is a software available. There are technology available right now even to run a whole scale workshop on Facebook Live. And Raj, you are also a digital marketing expert. I know that you can use it very effectively. Let me quickly go to the next question who has asked for, thank you, Jay. Question on how to let go of negative incidences and people. Thank you, Sandal, for that brilliant question. Now, why it is a negative incident? Look at that question. The reason it is negative is because you have an expectation and there is a mismatch between what is happening and what you want. That's the number one reason why it's called a negative incident, because you have decided that it should happen only this way because of your expectation, because of the rules you have put in your head. Just let go of the expectation you have on people or situations. That's the best way to be always happy in your life. Letting go of expectation is not so easy, but that can come with small simple things in your life. Start letting go of any one thing tomorrow, and you will see your mind screaming at you, and that shows the amount of attachment your mind has with you. Okay, so that is one thing. So letting go of expectation will help you to get rid of all negative incidences and people, and you can let go of it. So that's something which you can apply in your life. So I think I have the last 2 minutes to complete this Facebook Live. Let me take Arun Prasad and asked a question. Some tips on negotiation skill. You're asking this question to a wrong guy, because I don't negotiate. That's an interesting part in my life. I don't negotiate with people. I actually, when someone asks me 100 rupees, I end up in giving him 110, because I believe in giving more than negotiating and cutting it back. But again, negotiation is based on what is that traded on the table? What's a transaction what is the value and the benefit that you're getting? And what is that in your briefcase, and what is that in your basket where you can trade upon? There are various ways you can trade upon. I suggest you to study something called spin concept, S-P-I-N, spin concept, or spin selling concept. Just Google it. You will learn more about the negotiating skills, and that can help you a lot. There's an amazing English movie called 13 Days. That's an amazing Hollywood movie. You will learn a lot about negotiating skills in this movie. Okay, so let me take the last question of the day. Further to Sendil's question, if you believe you have no ill intention but still are perceived as having one, how to clear that? Hell with them. If they think more, if the other person thinks anything about you, why are you so much worried? See, you and me cannot go into somebody's head, and we are not accountable or answerable for their thoughts. If they are thinking bad about you, remember, it is in their thoughts. Why you want to have ownership of their thoughts? It's their problem. It's very difficult for you to convince anyone. So don't try to go and prove that your intentions are correct or intentions are good. Don't go and prove for that. It doesn't work that way. So just let go of these thoughts and you do what you're good at it. Okay, one day they will understand. Okay, I hope I've answered your question, Jay, and I think we have come to the last few seconds, and I sincerely thank each and one of you for being part of this particular session, and I thank each and one of you for contributing and sharing lots and lots of comments and questions. I hope it was useful for each and one of you. Okay, as I promised, I have a written gift to each and one of you, since you have been here with me continuously. And I want you to do two things. One, if you really loved this particular session, please share on your timeline and help many more of your friends. And I also am going to give you a written gift that if you really like these happiness tips which I just shared, productivity tips, I also do something called a free happiness email course. and I will give you one email lesson every single day into your email box, which you can read in 2 minutes time and apply. So every single day, one lesson on happiness, money, health and wealth and productivity. So if you're interested, just drop into my website, which I will show at the end of this meeting, at the end of this program, and you can just sign up, and please post your feedback about this session. So thank you very much, and a good night to each and one of you. Bye-bye.